Welcome to the last video in the series, Oral History Without Fears. We're going to bring it all together in an excellent final oral history research paper. And I'm going to give you just 3 cardinal rules, and each of them will have some subpoints, but really there are only 3 things that I need to say at this point because you're so far along and you've done so much. The first is to look at the models that I've provided. On my website, usually I have models that past students have done. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. So look for A, the use of MLA style. Each of these are good models for MLA. B, how they wove together what their informants said with their research, that there's not big chunks of one and then the other, but it's all intertwined and it's combined in a cohesive whole. C, look to see how frequently the students whose papers are up on the website cited and quoted material. Usually they've cited quite often. And D, you can also look to see how to handle quoting your informant. As a hint, don't keep citing the person. Just say, Mr. Gomez said, or Mrs. Govendra said such and such. So you can just do it that way. Keep it simple. Second cardinal rule. Pace yourself to use your time wisely. I know it's probably nearing the end of the semester, you have a lot to do, but the first point, A, is that plenty of time to do the actual writing of your final project is a week or more between the close of your interviews and the due date for the paper. So shoot for that. 2 weeks is even better if you can possibly do it. So there's nothing to keep you from doing things early. You've seen these videos, you know how to do it, go for it. B, in this last period of time, you're going to be doing the main thing that I want to see when I assign this paper, which is that you will be integrating the research that you've done with your informant's experience, and it will become a cohesive whole. So you're going to really be working to create transitions so that we can move smoothly from what the books say about the Tet Offensive to what your informant's actual experience was. And you're going to have to kind of think about how to get back and forth between those 2 entities. And you'll need to create transitions on the sentence level between sentences, on the paragraph level between paragraphs, and also between different parts of the paper so that the whole paper flows smoothly. So there's a lot of transitioning that you're going to be thinking about. C, you do this by taking the rough draft that you've written up, looking in your notes for the experience, the opinions, the stories from your informant that relate, and then figuring out where they go, and then figuring out how to make them fit there into what came before and into what's going to come after. So you're going to be kind of positioning things and creating bridges between material. So D, after all this, you're going to add all of the informant's information, and when it's fitted all together, you may see that you need to do a little bit more interviewing or a little bit more research so that you can just answer those last few questions or fill those last gaps. E, when all the gaps are finished, you need at least a couple days to polish the paper because nobody writes perfectly on the 6th draft. There's still little mistakes that creep in, spelling errors, grammar errors, etc. And you also want to fix the MLA problems by using the checklist that I've given you, possibly have somebody else proofread the paper. So you need a few days just to polish. And then finally, G, you also want to have the informant fill out the informed consent and the deed of gift before the end of the semester, and that may take another visit. So you want to kind of have that on your agenda as the semester is ending and you're finishing up this project. The third cardinal rule, besides using your time wisely and knowing that you have to do all these things kind of fitting together at the end, is to come for help. When you have a really good, solid, rough draft with MLA, with your informant's information, and with your research, sign up early for a rough draft clinic or come to an office hour and use the handout that I provide so that you can use it as a checklist to make sure that the things that are on there, which I'm going to grade you based upon, are things that you've addressed in your paper. And know that students who come usually to 1, 2, or 3 rough draft clinics, because you can come more than once, usually get a better grade than students who don't come at all. Not always, but it's pretty predictable. And it's not because I'm biased in favor of them, it's because they've seen what I need them to understand in order to get a good grade on the paper. The last point that I want to make is that Gavilan's Writing Center is a really wonderful place, but it's generally not able to provide the same level of support and help on this assignment in terms of integrating the research with the oral history as I can provide. It's a really great place for MLA or proofreading help, but it's probably not going to be as useful in terms of reading your paper for the kind of grade boost that you may want that probably I can give and they may not be able to. So go to both, plan to go to both. That's it, you're done. You've done a wonderful oral history. Thanks for watching, and hope you had a good experience.